Hello, this is the Iron Troll Show, and I'm your host, Zelio High.
And I'm the beautiful and talented co-host, Beatrice Yacht. Well, earlier this week, the son of the former guy started trending on Twitter after he made one of his usual nasty-ass tweets.
This particular nasty-ass tweet had to do with Denver School Board member Tay Anderson, who was accused of sexually assaulting 62 students weeks ago.
Glass Houses Jr., the former guy, was credibly accused by over 24 women who actually came forward in person to make allegations of sexual assaults against Daddy.
In Tay Anderson's case, after weeks of allegations being made, there are no victims, and the credibility of his accusers is definitely being called into question. We'll be right back with the details in just a few seconds.
There's a very interesting article on Yellow Scene magazine written by Siobhan Blades and Mona Sadia, which really digs deep into the Tay Anderson drama. In reading it, what really stood out for me is that these sexual assaults took place over a 4-month period in 2020 during a pandemic. Now, if y'all do the math, and believe me, y'all, I do the math, this would mean that Mr. Tay Anderson allegedly assaulted a new victim every other day during a time when all the students were not in school. They were in quarantine. And if I recall correctly, this is when there were riots going on. So I'm thinking this Mr. Tay Anderson must have had a very magical penis in order to commit all these assaults in so short a time without anybody knowing and without anybody saying a thing about it, without anybody seeing a thing.
The only victim who did come forward has since retracted her allegations. She claimed Anderson raped her in 2017 when they were at work, but it turns out Anderson was unemployed at that time.
And it should be noted, y'all, there are no open police investigations into Tay Anderson by the Denver Police Department.
The allegations that Tay Anderson sexually assaulted 62 students originated with one woman, one white woman, Mary Catherine Brooks Fleming. Mary Catherine was one of the originators of the Wall of Moms in Denver. She was also a board member of the Blue Bench, which is an organization for assault victims. But she appears to now no longer be a member of the board. And the one victim who came forward, it turns out she spends a lot of time at Mary Catherine's house and calls her mom.
Let's hope somebody is investigating Mary Catherine Brooks Fleming. I mean, I kind of noticed that the common denominator is that all these students were at her house. And it cannot be emphasized enough that Joey Camp is involved. Jojo the Denver Doxer.
Joey has a criminal history that goes back years. His rap sheet has a lot of stalking and harassment charges. Now in Denver, he has press credentials, so he can stalk and harass his chosen victims under the umbrella of freedom of the press.
And Jojo has found a home with the alt-right. So Jojo is going to keep on going until he goes back to jail, which we hope is soon.
For everybody's sake, this is a case where a young black man who was homeless managed to raise himself up and become an elected and very popular member of the Denver School Board. Apparently, he stepped on some toes along the way. But as we said before, this is not a Me Too justice moment. This is a very public lynching.
Time for us to go.
Bye, everybody.
Goodbye, y'all.